Hey fellow tennis nerds, I hope all is well. Today I wanted to take the moment to talk about Juan Martín del Potro, a favorite of mine and many of you out there. He has now said he wants to make a retirement U-turn, at least for one match. He would like to play one final match, at least, at the US Open 2023. So when are you really retired? Because we've seen this from some other players that they want to play more. It's obviously heartbreaking considering how many injuries Juan Martín del Potro has had over his career. And your heart breaks for him. He's really wanted to do more. He should have been able to do more, but this is just life. It sometimes throws you some rough stuff. The US Open tournament director Stacey Allister has extended a welcome and said that Juan Martín is a true favorite of US Open fans. So whether that will be a wild card for him remains to be seen. Juan Martín is now training to get back into shape and be match ready. So he said that as much that he really wants to make a go out of this. Not sure what I feel about this. I felt like he retired already, and it's not so fun to see a player who's not 100% compete. That's almost painful in a way, so I'm not sure what to think, although I love watching Juan Martín play. So I'm keen to hear what you think. Let's now have a look at his racket.
This time we're talking about Delpo's racket, Juan Martín del Potro, one of my favorite players, huge forehand, good taste in rackets as well, with the Wilson 6195. A little bit unsure whether it's the Hyper Pro staff, that's what I think it is, and it's also slightly extended. So it could be the stretch version or maybe cut a little bit down. Sadly, there has been a little bit of a malfunction around the butt cap. When we tested this racket, there's a video, this was a while ago. The butt cap came loose, so we need to fix that. We have not yet fixed that, so that's coming up. And he's added quite a lot of lead tape here. His kind of very flat style of playing, usually it's kind of working well with having lots of weight on the sides. And it already has the PVS system, this 6195 has the PVS, so more weight on the sides to increase the twist weight a bit, because it is a small head size, 95 square inches. But he wanted even more weight, so made it really into this kind of sledgehammer, which he had, especially on his forehand, was just massive. And a gentle giant he was called, and he is sorely missed on the tour. He was one of the most unlucky tennis players around. There's a video from another channel called Cult Tennis, check it out. He does great videos, and that's about his misfortunes on the tour. He had so many injuries and tried to get back and then got more injuries and so on. But now it's a spec check, so let's have a look at Delpo's specs. The Del Potro swing weight. 351, so like I said in previous videos about pro player specs, a strong swing weight around 350 is probably the most common I've seen, kind of like an average on the ATP tour. On the WTA it's lower of course, but it's kind of average there. It's going down. I also talked about that, how swing weights are slowly moving down because tennis has changed, they swing faster. It's just a more intense game these days, and they need to be able to maneuver the racket faster, and they go for lower swing weights and lighter rackets. So this is what we're seeing. But I'm not shocked to see Delpo have a 350 swing weight. His racket is strung with olive power, and it's a beauty. This was the Burn FST paint job. He was really reluctant to change from his K factor paint because those rackets were so broken down from the fibers that they played really soft. So he had a hard time then getting a new batch with fresh graphite that is much stiffer, and he didn't like that stiff feel. He liked them when they were broken down. So one way you can mitigate that is to string the racket like loads of times to just break down some of the carbon fiber and make it a bit softer. So I think that's what Wilson did. I don't know for sure because I don't work for Wilson, but that could have been an option. So that's Del Potro's racket. I hope you like this video. You see there's a lot of lead tape on it. It's a beautiful frame. Burn FST design. He used the K factor for most of his career. Won Grand Slam, the US Open, where he beat Roger. And a shame about all the injuries. He could have done a lot more if you hadn't been unlucky with that stuff. But this is also life, you know, sometimes you have a rough one. But that's all for this video. I hope you found it useful. Have a nice day, and don't forget to play some tennis.